Over a half century ago, University Reformed Church started on the campus of Michigan State University to reach college students with the gospel and to be of support to Christian faculty and staff and see many of them won to the cause of Christ. And after a half century plus, University Reformed Church still exists for this reason. We are seeking to make an impact upon our community, upon the campus of Michigan State University, and we are seeking to live as a church together, as brothers and sisters united in Christ for the glory of Christ. In fact, when I think back over the history of University Reformed Church, that especially comes to the forefront, that this is a church that's existed to glorify Christ. And as our elders have thought about it and thinking about, why does this church exist today? It's for this reason. University Reformed Church exists to glorify Christ and to enjoy Christ. I love that as a tagline because it maintains what this church has been marked by for over half century. A high view of God wedded together with an understanding that our enjoyment is tied to that and that those are wedded together. We seek to glorify Christ and to enjoy Christ as a church. As we've talked about how to do that as a vision going forward together as a church, we have three pillars as we're thinking about it. And that is that we're seeking to proclaim Christ, we're seeking to grow in Christ, and we're seeking to advance the mission of Christ. And all three of those are absolutely essential as we seek to glorify Christ and enjoy Christ together. I've always said the best churches are those that have a love for the Scriptures and have a high view of God and are also marked by a warm hospitality and a graciousness about them. And I've just had the pleasure of observing that in this church that I get the great honor of serving. We want to maintain a high view of God and understand that He's sovereign over everything. And we want to dive deeper and deeper into understanding the Scriptures that we might glorify Christ more and more with our minds, with our hearts, with our souls, with our affections, with our whole being. And yet that is also wedded together here. What has been just a joy to watch over the years is that it's wedded together with a warmness and a fellowship and a hospitality where we want to welcome in those that are hurting and those that are suffering. We want to minister to one another in kindness and share one another's burdens, invite each other into our homes and bring in college students as they come in the door and sit down with supper with them at our homes and be a family away from their families. I'm thankful to be united with a church like this as we seek to maintain a high view of God and a warm, hospitable spirit. And truly, that is a great way to glorify Christ and to enjoy Christ together. And so as we go out and we proclaim Christ, and as we're seeking to grow in Christ together, and as we're seeking to advance the mission of Christ, we're doing so for the betterment of our neighbors, for ourselves, for our spouses, for our children, for our grandchildren, for our co-workers, for our fellow students in the classroom, because by them coming to know Christ, and by us growing in our knowledge of Christ, there's even more enjoyment in this world and more enjoyment in the world to come. There's nothing quite like delighting in Christ.